So just make sure you're comfortable, and there's a relaxed but upright quality to the spine. You can lean against the chair if you find that helps, or you can sit with just minimal pressure on the back of the chair, whatever's works for you. We'll take a few longer but still gentle breaths, and on each exhale we check a body area, so head to shoulders, and when we breathe out we make sure that's relaxed, and going down with each breath, each body region, making sure that's relaxed. If there's a part that needs 2 or 3 breaths to relax, that's okay. We're not in a rush. So today's meditation is Anapanasati, which is mindfulness of the breath. We start with a long, gentle breath, just to quiet the mind. When we breathe out, we try and breathe out without any interference. Try and relax our breath so it comes out in an even and smooth way. Rather than consciously breathing in, we relax and we wait for the in-breath to naturally start happening on its own accord. So while we're breathing very slowly, very gently, slightly longer than normal. There's still a very minimal effort. We want to use the lightest touch, the least intervention, while still keeping it longer and slower than usual. As the mind naturally calms down, we can interfere even less with the breath. We try and remove ourselves from the breathing. Instead, watch what happens naturally. Watching the breath simultaneously, almost out of nowhere, just start breathing in and watching it naturally stop. Noticing the pause before the out-breath. And the pause before our body starts breathing in by itself. So we're using no conscious effort to manipulate the breath. If our mind starts to wander, we can get involved with the breath again. We can concentrate on the in breath. Maybe breathe in with a little bit more force. Taking in a little bit more oxygen. Letting it out, and just gently, not force the breath out in a harsh way, but just helping it very gently move along, and this slightly more active way of breathing again will help settle the mind. And when the mind is settled, we can relax our control over the breath. You notice the quality of the breath, the sensation in the nose, the back of the throat. We can feel our body move gently with the breath. You may observe a very subtle, invigorating quality, an energizing quality, a wave through the body. During the in-breath, particularly towards the end of the in-breath, and the pause before the out-breath. You may feel a wave of calm go throughout the body on the out-breath. the in-breath may be much more visceral. Maybe you can observe more with the in-breath. You may be able to observe more on the out-breath. And rather than try and change what we can sense, we can investigate, we can compare. Is this in-breath more energizing than the last? Was the last out-breath as relaxing as this current in-breath? We don't stray too far away from observing the actual sensation. But comparing one breath to the last may help us understand the current breath. You may find that interfering with the breath or thinking is tiresome and less enjoyable than letting go. And that letting go is to be encouraged. As the mind gets sharper, we notice how much effort we're putting in to our breathing needlessly. As our mind gets sharper, we relax. As we relax, our mind gets sharper, observing subtler and subtler sensations. And we always try and move towards observing the subtlest sensation, to sharpen the mind, to relax and enjoy just being. It's natural for the mind to wander. When it wanders, we just bring it back to the breath. If we're finding that our mind is away more than it's present, we try and find the most enjoyable, pleasant sensation in the body associated with the breath. It might be very enjoyable to concentrate on the sensations on the tip of the nose or inside the nostrils. You may find it very pleasurable to note the cool air underneath the nose, breathing in, and the warm air underneath the nose, breathing out. All we're here to do is just observe the natural breath. We use the natural breath not only as an enjoyable, calming activity, but when we observe the breath and we observe the subtlest sensation and move subtler and subtler, we're training our mind to be sharper, more concentrated, less distracted. Often distractions are inevitable, but we're training this. As an athlete runs the same loop, their body adapts and they get quicker. They can train to run faster, they can train to run longer. And here, when observing the breath, we practice our ability to note the subtlest sensations in the body. Anything else is a byproduct. This is just a fun way to spend half an hour-ish. It may be that we notice our mind keeps gravitating towards a certain topic, something that's happened in the day. It's affected us, and so much so we keep remembering it. Or it might be we've got something that requires planning. We can set aside some time after our meditation to think of these things, to problem solve when our head is quiet, and we will get the best results. If we're just thinking for the sake of thinking, we're going over the same thoughts of the past or plans for the future, or the same worries, we practice putting them down for half an hour. If they're very important, they'll be waiting for us when we've finished our meditation. And if we forget, then they weren't important. But for the last few minutes of today's guided meditation, we're really going to try and enjoy every moment of the last few breaths.